Hello guys and welcome back to the letter. We're on the title screen just because it's been a while since I've uploaded anything the letter. Sorry for not keeping you updated. I did post an update last week saying we would start the letter back up as part of my catch up month basically. So it's good to be back. But yeah, I probably should have gave more updates on why I wasn't doing it. It was basically just because I didn't have as much time or willpower to do all those series at once, so I just stuck with the most popular ones, Higurashi and Brent, and most enjoyable. Nothing against the letter, but now that we finished the Higurashi anime and we have a nice buffer period thanks to Cheer Boys, which will be uploaded during the week the letter starts up again. Yeah, we got a good chunk of time. Like I think I mentioned before, even stopped. I'm probably just doing one route of this game. Not, I'm pretty sure we're not even on the true route anymore. I remember someone explaining, you need a lot of people to die, and you know what? We're on the Aiden's true route where everyone lives and all my ships happen. But yeah, do I remember what happened last time? Yeah, we had like a fight with Ashton with at playing as Zachary, and he gave us, and we're gonna meet that professor guy that Isabella met. We're staying consistent with him, I guess, but yeah, Ashton isn't. We're a little hard on him, but he's not really helping with our ghost stuff. But Zachary's on board. Obviously Isabella's on board, so let's just continue. When is that? 05? Yeah, it's been like a month. Oh, it's almost been 2 months. Still pretty fresh in my mind though, so I'm just glad to be back. What's poppin' Zachary? Do I remember everyone's name? Isabella's, Zachary, Ashton, Becca, otherwise known as Rebecca, Hannah, my favorite character so far. Um, Lucas or Luther? I think it's Lucas. Marianne. That's all I got. That's everything, right? Yo, oh, it's Luke, not Lucas. Whatever, dude. There's our. This is our bonding tree. I don't really have anyone to ship with Zachary, but Hannah, I'm trying to improve her relationship with Luke, but I kept fucking that one. Oh, Isabella, the Ashton train's going well. That if it reminder Isabella Ashton, I hard ship it. I actually like Hannah and Luke. I don't know what would happen if you like made them divorce, but and I don't know. I don't know about Zachary and the rest. Guess we'll just have to see. But anyways, we're in the library. I'm ready for some spooks. It's been a while since we played a spooky game or just any. Well, no, we definitely played some rants, so definitely played games. Okay, I'm ready. Got some water. Remember, Aiden, quick time events exist. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Of all the places, it never crossed my mind I'll end up wandering into the public library today, considering I rarely ever visited. It's been a while since we did a visual novel, though, so get back into form. Somehow, there's. We're out of form. There has always been this kind of disconnect between me and books in general. Sure, some of them held my attention in my youth during the brief times of day I was left to my own with nothing to do. I went through the whole of Grant's collection as a matter of fact. Read all of them twice or thrice even. But they never did hold it for long. Most of it never even sticked. Especially after I learned it's simply easier to do things myself if I want to learn stuff. This ain't in the plan in the first place. But after the argument, I really don't have any other choice. Are we meeting the professor here? Nothing but quiet greets me inside, though. Not the typical mom one would associate with a library, but one akin to a hush prior to an impending trouble. Or perhaps I'm just overthinking it, then. I really like to think I'm just thinking too much about this, that this is just the lack of sleep talking. Regardless, apart from a group of students murmuring in a corner somewhere, the place is free of its usual visitors. All the while my footsteps echo in a manner unsettling enough to raise the hairs at the back of my neck. Much to my relief, it does not take me long to find him, being the only occupant in this side of the room. Professor Andrew Clark. It's kind of funny we unintentionally got this guy's route twice. Guess he's a homestay character. I wonder what he'll think about with two different people coming to talk about the freaking cursed lady. Maybe that he'll help. It's my bro, my cringe bro Ashton. I've never personally met the man, but Ash has spoken highly of him several times. In fact, he is Ash's go-to guy when something's troubling him with a case. My steps are unsure as I approach. At any rate, he greets me with a warm smile like a grandson he hasn't seen in a long time.
Ashton's friend, I take it. Zachary.
You can call me Zach.
Nope. You'll have to forgive this old man if I don't get your name right.
Oh no, you got it. It's Zach. Zachary Steele, Professor Clark.
Dude, Steele is such a cool last name. He gestures at the empty seat across the table while he returns to his books. The next couple of minutes pass in relative silence as he continues to read and takes notes from the pile he's accumulated on the table. Maybe I should have taken a book before heading here? But before I can even get far into that idea, the professor clicks the book shut and sets it atop the stack next to him.
Ashton told me you were hoping to get answers from me.
Yes, help me. At my confused look, he lets out a small chuckle.
He sent a message ahead. A friend needs to have some sense knocked into him. In verbatim.
Bro, you guys are gonna be so embarrassed once you realize there's a curse going on. Maybe not Clark. He's probably not in danger. But Ashton, dude. Just wait.
That boy never changes.
He's just so manly.
I wasn't really expecting he'd do that.
Although I'm not quite sure what I could share, I'll do my best to help.
Of course, there are a lot of things I want to ask. How do we get out of this mess? Is first among tens, hundreds of concerns in my head. But in the presence of someone I barely know, the thoughts won't easily form. He is nothing but patient, however, and with enough time to mull over, a question finally forms.
Do you believe in the paranormal, Professor?
Great question. If you're asking Professor Aiden, I don't know. I think it would be cool if it did exist, though. That's my normal response. I mean, yeah, I don't know if I believe in it. I did have some ghost encounters when I was a kid, but you know, I was a kid.
It's supernatural, actually. Don't worry. It's a common mistake to make, but they really are two different things. The other one deals with what we can't explain at the moment, while the other are things we may not have an explanation to.
Okay.
Here.
He places a couple of papers in front of me, this very same one he was writing on earlier. A study of Luxembourg supernatural culture in a nutshell.
A friend of mine wrote that a few years ago. He took interest in the city after reading about the stories. I have to agree with him here. Even stories dealing with things you don't see with the naked eye can be rife with culture, and this city thrives on it.
That made sense.
Just ask the locals.
Definitely culture based around spooky stuff, or you know, stuff you can't see. Freaking UFO culture.
Like ghosts,
or ghosts.
Among other things. The interpretation has changed over the years, though. Various religions, for example, have their own version. It might not always be a spirit now. It could be a memory, or an imprint, an echo, so to speak. Some are born from curses, even, out of great anger, hatred, or pain.
So Professor Clark believes in these imprints, echo stuff, huh? That's actually pretty good. You know, I feel like Professor Clark might be like a bad route to go down, because what if he just convinces everyone that, you know, the curse isn't real, but we literally know it's real? Because Budget Kyoto, I think that's what I used to tell her. Definitely has spooked us a couple times, so. But, you know, if he believes in stuff in a more rational way, I guess. I don't even know if it's rational to believe it in this way, but could be of some help.
There was this one story. Ah, here it is.
Another book is pulled out from the stack and placed open atop the papers. Oh, he speaks with such passion that it makes me wonder if some part of him believes these to be true. It is interesting though, even if I'm personally not a fan of such stories. Bro, you're literally cursed right now, dude. Did he? I guess he never really like face to face with the curse. I mean, he did when he was taking a picture, but I mean, I guess he has. Never mind.
In the end, it asked for something to be sacrificed in order to destroy whatever anchors the wraith. A sad tale,
Ooh.
that one. But the simplest grudge can bring the ugliest, even in the kindest person, with some people none the wiser.
Oh, we know that message. That's when they cry message. How people can interpret actions very differently. Where somebody might have not thought much about it, while the other person might literally hate you forever. Fancy seeing this message here. I mean, if you have to sacrifice one, I'm sorry, Marianne. You're like my least favorite. Not because I don't like you. And I mean, you have the name of my great aunt, but we literally just haven't seen enough of her. Well, I got a pretty good grasp on everyone. I would want a bit more on Rebecca, honestly. She feels like the second least character at this point, anyways.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just went on.
Oh, it's very interesting, Clark.
Nah, it's good.
Also, I noticed that we're in the middle of a sunset, so if we can keep the scene going before it gets dark, or prevent it from getting dark, then I'm good.
Are you familiar with the Ermengarde mansion, though?
Ermengarde.
Of course. That goes without saying. Who hasn't heard of the local legend? In fact, you aren't the first one to ask me about that recently.
Our choices matter.
Although, word of the mouth is, someone has already bought it.
Ah, yeah. The right couple. It was a close friend who handled that sale.
So I heard. Well, don't think the house being bought by anyone would stop us from talking about it. What is it about the mansion, then?
I just want to ask what you think of it, sir.
Just talk about the freaking Budget Kyoto. You know, just pop in a DVD of Yuan #1 and show Kyoto. Just skip to the scene where she's crawling out from the girl's blanket and pulls her in and say, "Hey, I'm being cursed by something that looks very much like that." Then he will understand.
We're going to
That's what I would do.
Young man. You see, it's the kind that has changed over the years, passed down from one person to the next.
Honestly, just give us a history book so we can look for a woman that kind of looks like that. That's actually probably a great first step.
Sometimes it's the Lord William who haunts the place. There are versions where it's the lady of the house.
Definitely a woman.
But my favorite, a personal favorite, would have to be the ones that followed after the disappearance of the kind daughter.
Well, what about these then?
There's a moment of hesitation on my part before I pull out Miss Wright's photos and lay them all in front of him. Like Ash, the professor inspects each print with great interest. That gives me some hope at least.
Where are these taken?
Thumbnails! I forgot how pretty these are. Some nice little animations. There's a lot of animation. I mean, even though I'm saying this, for people who are just watching the series for, like, I've watched the other episodes would know this, but...
Just the other day.
It's coming back to me, getting back into the letter groove.
Do you think those are the same?
Perhaps. Perhaps not. There were certainly instances when the film would pick up what the human eyes weren't able to see.
Oh
But then,
man.
it could also have been human error.
Hey, you're talking to a professional photographer?
I didn't edit it in any way. You have my word on that, Professor. They all just came out like that.
Then, if it is what you're thinking, I'd strongly advise against doing something reckless and further tangling with them.
Sorry, we're already cursed.
Accounts about them may be riveting to you, but most of it often ends in an unpleasant manner.
What about those people in the house? If there is something in there, shouldn't they know? I'm sure they're already familiar with the legends, but
They literally don't know anything about it, I think.
Some people might deserve it, however.
Don't talk to my girl Hannah like that, even though, yes, they are sketchy. Luke being more sketchy than Hannah, for sure.
deserve what, sir?
Fogged up glasses. No, that's never a good sign. It's like the dead fish eyes version for people with glasses. All of a sudden, the tenderness in the professor's eyes disappears, his face becoming unreadable. As though catching himself, he hastily clears his throat, gathers his books, and rises from his seat.
Professor?
I'm sorry. I just remembered something I neglected to do.
Well, at least he kind of believes us. Gives me a little hope.
You'll have to excuse me, Zachary.
Alright. Do you need any help with that?
You wanna help until the sun rises again, so we don't be alone during the night?
Don't let my looks fool you, son. I can still carry a few hundreds. I've been doing this for years.
Hey, your looks are not fooling anyone, bro. You look buff.
I'll see you some other time if you have any other questions.
Honestly, you looked a little not buff in the CG, but sprite-wise, looks like you can beat me up. I don't know if that's really a feat of anything, but
Of course. It was nice knowing you, Professor.
Don't- good joke. Got a journey up there. Ooh, okay, we're on the 27th. Zachary met with Professor Andrew Clark at the library. The professor shared a few of his favorite stories about the city, including a friend's research about the urban legends. When Zach showed Hannah's distorted photos, the professor only warned him not to be reckless, and that some people deserved what's coming for them. Very pleasant. In a few short strides, he's out of the library, leaving me and every piece of this whole mess amidst the oppressive stillness. Despite the answers gleaned, more questions surfaced. If there's even a single way out of this, I hope we find it soon. First, I hate the dark. I'm nervous. It's been a while since I felt chills. The moon is well into the night sky by the time I make it back home. My heavy treads and the sound of traffic outside echoing in my ears, filling the empty room with some semblance of life. Nana would scold me if she ever hears me walk like that, but after today, I really can't give a damn about everything. Oh god, dude, imagine if, you know how you referenced the Kyoto under the blankets? What if they do some spooky bed stuff, dude? Please, no. The mattress creaks under my weight as I grip unceremoniously. Wait. Yeah, the mattress creaks under my weight as I unceremoniously flop down on it, and I find myself looking at the paper under my grip. An invitation and request to cover an event, the Rice homewarming party tomorrow evening. Okay, so this wasn't a planned thing. Rebecca and Zach and Ashton were just there, unless a plan hatches soon. If only it was that easy, but it would give me a chance to talk to her. Well, actually, it's a little spicy in that party. Felt that thing in their house. With a sigh, I let my hand fall to the side of the bed, along with the invitation. Oh no, so don't grab my hand. I'll think about it tomorrow when my head ain't muddled with thoughts of a headless woman and haunting smiles of a ghost. Belatedly, it occurs to me that the last meal I ate had been one with Ashton. The star is Cesar Butts. An empty 9/8 makes itself known, but I can't bring myself to stand up. Today was a complete waste of time and frankly a disappointment. I don't like this. The lack of certainty, the disquiet, the lack of stable ground to stand on, the part where I do not know what will come tomorrow. Ever since that damn letter, everything had been thrown out of the loop. I wish everything stayed the same. Routine would have been easier to make sense of this. Than this. Closing my eyes, I let the noise from the streets below lull me to sleep. At the very least, there's one thing that hasn't changed. That's one thing. No spooky nighttime stuff? Kind of. Don't scare me in my dream. The melody carries into the hall long before I cross the threshold. Solemn, but gentle and shooting, a reminder of what home is. Pa's firm but meaningful gaze, Ma's wistful smiles, the warm rays filtering through the eaves at sunset, the distinct smell of wet earth and leaves after a long day's rain, and our room. The room, Ma and Pa's pride and joy, a place where we once promised several springs ago. Yet it won't stop.
No, wait! Come back! I'll be good this time!
Kinda spooked me.
Please don't leave! Please stay!
The floorboards are cold under my feet more than it usually is. The walls more forbidding than what I'm used to. Farther and farther the room goes. Ma's singing ceases and Pa... I can't hear Pa. That didn't get me. Not above the raucous clanging and the deafening roar of gunshots, nor the streams replacing the comforting soft melodies. There's only the blinding fear. But when the light breaks... Stop! Her skin is already taking a sickly pale color, rotten in most parts, blood dripping from every open gash and liaison on her body. Hi, stuffed Kyoko. Budget Kyoko. I say that as praise, not bullyingness. I hate it. Bony hands drip his neck like a noose, staining the skin underneath with a vibrant shade of scarlet. Nothing but malice fills the gleam in her eyes. Was that Hanu's voice actor? Didn't really sound like it. I don't actually remember. A scream ripples through the air. Please. No! My whole body feels distant. Don't do this to me. I didn't want this. I feel heavy with lead and unable to move at will. Not even so I can wipe the beads of sweat forming on my temple. Sorry, I'm gonna move the mic temporarily just in case I need to use my keyboard for some quick time action. Better safe than sorry. The rasping of my breath fills the room in the wee hours while I force it back into a steady rhythm. Also, quit save, just in case I do something stuffed and accidentally skip the event if there is one. There's a tightness in my chest I can't shake off, my heart pounding against it as if it's about to burst out. Something cold has settled in my legs. Not the usual chill that comes and goes with the passing breeze from the window, but one strong enough to sting, shackle, and leave a frigid sensation creeping up my skin. With every struggle I make, the pressure winds firmly around my legs. Winds. Tighter. And tighter. And tighter. Until it becomes too much. My heart stops. What did I do to you? I just took your picture. Another draft sweeps into the room and brings with it the iron taint of blood. Thick. Suffocating. Filling my nose with a foul, sickening smell as I shift my gaze downwards, and it's only coming into view. Mouth stretched into a hideous smile, eyes brimming with nothing but madness. Hello. God. I knew it was freaking bed stuff. The stench of gore taints the air around me, and I can't look away. From it, her, from the terror and death that her uncanny, twisted features alone scream. I try to open my mouth, to shout, to ask for any help, but my voice has left my body altogether. All I have is the painful realization that no kind of plea will ever save me from her. Then suddenly the bed dips, Fuck you. Oh my god. Oh, I hated that. I hated that in a good way because, you know, it's a horror game, but yeah, I mean, I probably mentioned it from that then, but Tayoko was like my worst freaking nightmare when I was a kid. Literally after watching the movie, I thought she was in my vent, so I stayed up for like 2 days straight. That's fun though. Won't use it as the thumbnail though, just because for any viewers who are watching this blind or just to surprise them, you know. We have a nice thumbnail with the professor. But that was a good scare. Dude, my fingers were freaking ready for some quick time action. Can't catch me off guard, Tayoko. The brutal plunge back into myself jerks me awake. There's no ear-splitting scream, no wild thrashing of limbs. Just a painful, constricting awareness that something has wound itself tightly around my neck. I waste no second pulling a blanket away, but allow myself a few minutes to steady my breathing before getting off the bed. Inhale, hold, exhale. 1 step, 2 step, 3. But the dreams have gotten worse. Ever since 2 days ago, no longer are they the small cursory flashes that I'm used to, but vivid ones that linger. I can still feel the blood in my hands, the putrid smell of rotting flesh, the sickening crunch of bones breaking with every movement, and her cold, chilling eyes as they bore into me. I draw in one long, ragged breath. Before I know it, I'm walking out the door. Even in the waking world, it reads. In the park. A bench on the park is far from the most private place for thoughts in Luxembourg, considering its location at the heart of a bustling city. But in the early hours of the morning, it provides enough peace and quiet for any poor, problematic soul who happens to wander here. Hey, we might meet Marianne because she wants her dog here, right? Her cat. No, actually, she was just chilling. Then we talked about her cat, I think. The city is just waking up a little later than usual. But knowing what day it is, one can't fault it for being a little tardy just this once. Yet neither the pleasant morning chill nor the soft twittering of birds does anything to banish the images. Every single one has rooted itself in my head, its claws digging deep in what is no longer a safe place to hide in. Hello, child. It used to be easy, finding some pretense of peace under the guise of sheer optimism, following regular routine. Now? What is this the actual song? That's it? Okay. Never heard that verse. Now I don't know what to make of it. Sometimes it's easier to run, easier to hide when everything's falling apart. That way you don't have to be the first to witness it when it does. It worked when things went bad with the movie, after all. It also worked when Mom and Pa were taken from us. Shut up, kid! Maybe it's really better if I just... What? You're a real character? Also, this song bops. It's been a while. Who the heck are you, kiddo? You don't look like anyone we know. Marianne's secret daughter? No, she doesn't have blue eyes. Or blue hair. Right. Hello, random kid. Will you save us from our nightmares? The tiny voice gives me a pause. Love the outfit, though. It's sick for a student uniform, man. When I look up, a little girl, maybe about 6 or 7, is peering at me. 2 wide eyes, overflowing with what can only be a natural curiosity one typically sees in children. I vaguely note the Saint Goretti uniform she's wearing before returning her greeting. Sounds very much like a private school.
Hey, kid.
Kylie. Kylie.
That's my name.
Oh my god, I hate that voice. No, I'm joking. It's just like obviously a woman, right?
Mama said it's rude not to call people by their names.
It sounds such like a baby voice. No offense to the voice actress. She then flops down on the empty space beside me. Her little legs, still too short to touch the ground, swings in tune with the song she hums under her breath. I don't mind kids. Nana would often invite the ones in our old neighborhood to give them treats. Of course, by then Sis and I were too old to play with them, but used to get to the commotion eventually. It's not completely as unpleasant as most people would imply. Kylie seems to be a well-behaved kid anyway.
Oh, sorry. Nice to meet you, Kylie. Is Mama here?
No, but my big brother's with me.
Ooh, do we know him?
He's taking pictures with his camera over there.
Fellow photographer? She points to the far end of the park, the one closest to the street where a kid is taking shots of something above him. It doesn't look to be birds because all there is on that side of the park are buildings.
I don't see what's so interesting with the tip of a building, though. I'd take pictures of dogs if I were him. They're cuter. Do you have a camera too, mister?
Yeah, I'm actually a photographer.
Mama said I'm too young to get a camera.
I'm sure your mama will eventually give you one. But won't you be late for school like this?
Big brother will get us there on time. Rowan promised Papa.
Rowan.
We aren't going to be late. It's sports day.
Sports day.
It's not good if you keep looking like that today. If it ends up raining and we lose, it's your fault.
Jesus.
All right, I'll try not to upset the clouds today, kid.
Calm down, kiddo. Okay.
Is it because you're sick, mister?
Kind of? Before I know it, a smile has spread over my face. They say kids ask the toughest questions sometimes, and they sure do, with how sincere Kylie looks. Lying feels like doing her a huge disservice.
No, not sick. Just having a very, very bad day.
Why is that? Is that like when my big brother ate all of my pudding? He did that once and then cried. It wasn't very nice of him.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, I think so. You see, there's this mean girl. She's given my friends and I a lot of trouble.
Help us, Kylie. Exercise. Kyoko.
I even got in a fight with my best friend because of her.
Butterfly effect.
Hard to keep up when things are like that, you know? Especially when you can't do anything. It's kind of scary. Makes you wish things will just stay as peaceful as they used to be.
The Rena mentality.
Maybe she just wants to be friends with you?
I highly doubt that. She already hurt one of my friends.
Ooh. Oh yeah, well, yeah, she hurt Isabella till she freaking killed Rose.
What if she's just sad? Or maybe she just wants help.
I mean, we know that's the case too.
That's what happened with Melody. I let her borrow my crayon when she left hers. Now we're playmates.
I mean, the way we solve this in all reality is first we need a history check on who she is before she freaking kills us, you know? Try to appease her. Seems like she hates Hana, but I mean, hopefully we don't have to sacrifice Hana.
It's not really the same thing, Kylie. What she did, they're pretty bad things.
I still think there's another reason.
You don't even know her, Kylie. Why are you talking?
Did you try talking to her? That's what Mama said I should do.
You just freaking climbed up her legs, dude. Almost gave us a heart attack.
I don't think that'll work either.
You haven't even tried yet. You sound like Rowan. You're just scared, mister.
For good reason. That starts a chord. Maybe it's the honesty in her tone or simply the truth in the words itself. I don't know why, but I can't help it. I laugh. Right in her face. Loud enough to disturb an elderly couple taking a leisure walk
Why
nearby.
are you laughing?
That's nothing. You're a really smart kid, you know that?
That's what I've been doing, ain't it? Go full speed ahead, then backtrack when the going gets tough. Stay in my safe zone because that's what I know. Once Dr. Navarro said I should be the first one willing to deal with my problems before anyone else. I didn't show up on our next appointment after that. But he is right. And though I hate to admit it, knowing what I've seen, the kid makes a good point too. I've been so caught up thinking there might not be a way out. Maybe there isn't one, or maybe there is, but that doesn't mean I should just leave it up to fate. Aren't spirits supposed to be humans before too? Where did we learn that information? Not from Andrew, maybe. Probably from Isabella. Had people they cared about lived a life on their own, smiled and laughed like the rest of us dudes. Or maybe it is Andrew. Did they really lose all of it after death?
You better get to school though, or you'll miss sports day.
Get out of here, kid.
Be sure to win yourself some awards, alright?
Don't come back.
Alright. Can I show it to you when I do? That can cheer people up, right?
No, never show your face in front of me again. In the distance, her brother calls for her, and I took that as a sign to leave. Got things to do. Two-Face, the first few steps, they say.
Nah, I'm good now, I think. Thanks to you. Besides, Mister needs to go. But you should show it to Mama and Papa. I'm sure they'll be proud of you, Kylie.
I will. Thanks, mister. Bye.
I gave her a little pat on the head before heading my way. Dude, freaking Zach has the Venom mentality and the Keiichi head pats. Man's a beast. A small gesture of thanks from a stranger she didn't know she might have helped. She may not understand it now, even though at such a young age she already has this understanding of things, but maybe when she's older. When the world no longer seems too big for her.
But aren't you going to help me, mister?
No, it's gonna be freaking Kyoko.
With what?
Confused, I glanced back. It was fucking bait. Holy shit. Come on, dude. We had enough scares. Whatever cheer our little talk has brought has vanished under the shadow suddenly dancing. There's no way to, controls? Oh, maybe. I know it's kind of a tense moment, but I remember there's no way to actually look. Oh, wait. Yo! Dude, we never knew that. That's the thumbnail. No, yeah. Freaking Kylie. Whatever cheer little talk brought has vanished under the shadows, suddenly dancing in my eyes. The frigid air is most definitely not how the morning show should feel like. Bitter, stinking, unwelcoming. And the kid?
What do you think, mister? Are you going to help me?
What do you want from us?
The response never comes, however. Yeah, if you can freaking talk, why don't you just tell what you want? Because when I blinked, gone.
Hello? Mister? Are you okay?
She wasn't a sleeper agent. For several passing seconds, I let my stare linger on her face, waiting for any sign of another change. But all that remains in there is a carefree smile of a child, none of the spite, none of the cold, bloody smile.
Nothing, huh? I really need to go, Kylie. It was nice meeting you.
See you again, mister!
Now, never want to see you again. Your fault for getting possessed temporarily. 29th. Here we go. Zatri's nightmare becomes worse with each passing day. To clear his mind, to help clear his mind of unwanted images, Zat took a visit to the park. There he met little Kylie Suraz, a precious young girl studying at St. Goretti. Also, we're right where Hannah ended up. Here. I break into a run. Yeah, get the fuck out of there. I don't look back, but even as I bump into a couple of passerbyers, as soon as I'm out of the busy street, going insane, this is what it is. And if we don't do something soon, we all will be. I think this is a great place to stop. we covered some good ground here. Got a couple of spoots. Great way to start the series up again with 2 scares in 1 episode. Being generous, game. But thank you for watching. Welcome back. I guess if you're just watching this for the first time, the series, just watching them in sequence, then welcome. It's great to be back, and hopefully we will have a great time doing this. So I'm gonna be recording a lot of the letter. Like, I have basically like almost 3.5 weeks mixing the letter and Ransom. So even though these will only be posted 2 days a week, it should have a decent backlog going. So hopefully we'll finish the Aiden arc by then, but we'll see. I mean, even if we don't finish it by that time, we'll definitely find some way to finish it. But yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!